David will remind me of Netanyahu here in this picture. I promise we did a similar presentation in Stockholm and an Info de Justicia event as well. And for some reason I keep forgetting, this is like a faux pas, it's something psychoanalytical. I always forget to add Netanyahu, who in Israel is rolling out similar policies to the ones that I'm going to describe. So let me begin by saying that populism means very different things in different regions of the world. So there's no one definition of populism. Populism, in fact, in Latin America has a long tradition of embodying, of encapsulating relatively progressive, left-leaning social inclusion policies. Right? And there's also a whole populist brand in the US that also means economic redistribution and anti-elitism and inclusive socioeconomic policies. But there are also, in the way that we're using the term in this book, with Chris and some of the contributors to the volume, we mean a more contemporary meaning of the word, and it's more precise than the ones that, at least in Latin America, we have used so far. So I'm going to make explicit. Okay, so you know most of these characters, right? We could go. I don't have time to go through all of them in a kind of a geography and political test. But the question is, what is it that their policies have in common for our purposes, for civil society states? So, two traits. One is anti-elitism. And I'm taking this from a really excellent book by John Werner, which is entitled What is Populism? And anti-elitism, of course, is a central trait of any populist agenda, in that an elite defined in very, very diverse terms is the target of kind of a bottom-up revolt. So, for example, I'll give you two very different examples. In the US, Trump branded himself as rebelling against the Washington elite represented by Clinton, right? In India, it's Modi, the Modi government, saying, well, enough with the privileged elites and the minorities that have taken oversized power in India, meaning the Muslims, right? In Turkey, it's Erdogan against the secularist establishment, and so on and so forth. So just the listing of these examples shows you that the elites can be very malleably defined, and they can include symbolically, the idea of the elite can be symbolically enlarged so as to incorporate even marginalized minorities, like the migrants. So why do the migrants, and then I won't give you specific examples, but why do the migrants get privileged treatment relative to the national? So the migrants, who by definition are vulnerable minority, get branded as also part of the privileged elite, so to speak. But anti-elitism definitely is one of the two key traits of populism. This is a necessary, but not a sufficient condition for populism to exist in the way that we're treating it here in the book. Because there are also progressive brands of anti-elitism. So any form of progressive politics or redistributive politics is somehow anti-elitist. Because if you, to put it in terms of the Occupy movement, if you are advocating for the rights of the 99% and saying the 1% has too much power and too much money, that by definition is anti-elitist, and the elite is the 1%. The explosive combination is anti-elitism with anti-pluralism, right? Meaning that populism, the way that we define it here following the recent literature, makes a fundamental moral claim, which is that there is a real people in opposition or in contrast to everyone else. So the real Turkish people, the real Venezuelan people, the real Americans, as Trump loves to say, right? Versus the elite, versus the non-real, versus the fake news media, and so on and so forth. So by definition, if you exclude a large chunk of the polity from the realm of citizenship, you're making a pretty strong assertion that there is a whole sector of the population that is not a subject of rights, right? And this is what populism, so defined, is so challenging and so dangerous to democracy and to human rights. In the end, it's I have some quotes here. This is Theresa May. Also, this is the anti-elitist part. She said this in the context of the Brexit referendum. And she said, well, if you really are a citizen of the world, you're a citizen of nowhere, right? Like you float, you guys who believe in human rights and cosmopolitanism, you're rootless, right? And you're not rooted here in this land. And more poignantly, Erdogan has all these very, very effective but pretty nasty one-liners said once, right, shouted to the opposition in public once. Well, we are the people. Who are you? Right? This is the us versus them. I'm representing the people, and this is a key step. There's one leader, usually a male leader, representing, embodying the whole real people. He and only he can represent that people, right? Those people. And it's a politics of us versus them. Right? So Amnesty has a really nice report from last year entitled Us versus Them, the politics of demonization. And you can find, and we've done that with Chris in the book, track down specific quotes. You know, it could be in Hindu, in Spanish, in English, in Hungarian, in Turkish, you name it. It's very similar statements by leaders like Putin, like Duterte here, and Maduro. So this example, or this sample, shows you that the populism strand cuts across the left-right divide. So the way in which we're using it and the way that we think it's most useful to use the populism framework, some other people like Philip Alston have written about the populist challenge also along these terms, does not overlap with the left-right distinction. So you can have right-wing populists like Erdogan or left-wing populists like Maduro. So since we are based in Colombia, we know very well what it is like to work with colleagues living under left-wing authoritarian populism, which is Maduro. And so there's an influx of around 2 million Venezuelans crossing over the border. This is the Syrian crisis in Latin America that's not as known, unfortunately, around the world. And it is propelled by as an authoritarian government, populist authoritarian government, that is inspired by leftist ideals, and I would say that they have dropped those, but it is clearly aligned with leftist politics. And I'll have to end soon, so I won't give you a flavor for what's most important in our book, which is the subtitle to the book is A New Playbook for Human Rights Actors. In the spirit of what will be discussed in the second session, we're very much in the business of finding solutions, right? Some academics, I personally spend part of my time in academia, part of my time in activism. Some academics think that they can afford to diagnose the problems and say nothing about the solutions. I don't subscribe to that academic view either, but if you have an activist and advocacy hat and you care and you're active in everyday human rights advocacy and politics, well, there's no option but to try to come up with responses and solutions. And this is why, in light of all the challenges that we diagnose in a very similar way to how the INCLO report does it, our interest and our next step in our work is to find out whether there are strategies, promising strategies, that can be found in the places and the locales and the countries in which NGOs and other human rights actors are addressing or facing up to these challenges, right? So what is it that we can learn from the case study? We can learn for Venezuela from the case study that Steffi just sketched from HCLU. What is it that can be learned from the great work being done by Turkish activists to try to circumvent the draconian limitations on the freedom of the press in Turkey? What is it that we can learn from Gandhi-like movements in India, like that put together by one of the contributors to this volume, Harshmander, to confront ethnic and religious hatred on the part of the government. And this is why, and I'll end with this, we're now, the second stage of this project is to collect and systematize those ideas and those innovations. Just as authoritarian government, populist authoritarian governments seem to be copying each other, as if there were a populist playbook, right? This is the origin of the title here. If you look at the foreign funding restrictions, they look very much the same as the Russian initial law. So it got copied everywhere. So it shows up not just in Hungary, but also in Venezuela, of all places. The idea here is that there should be a counter playbook, a similarly active, dynamic process of emulation and positive demonstration among human rights organizations and activists to confront the populist challenge. I'll end with that. Thank you.